Hello everybody, my name is Emily and I am doing a video by myself this time because we will be talking about what it's like to become a certified nursing assistant or a CNA. So don't forget to subscribe, we post every Monday and Friday, and let's get on with this video. A certified nursing assistant is probably on the lowest of the low chain in the healthcare world. You're below doctors, nurses, basically everyone around you is your boss, which can kind of get frustrating. You do have to go to school. Mine was about $1,500. I did a 6-week program during a summer a couple years ago. It was every single weekday, but it included clinicals, my state exam, etc. Some people, a CNA, that is their job. That's what they intend on doing the rest of their life. So some only go to CNA school and skip college, and that's fine. It's a lot cheaper option if that's what you want to do. I am pre-PA, so I'm planning to go to physician assistant school. Most schools, you need 2,000 hours of direct patient care to even apply. So direct patient care, you have to be hands-on, you have to be able to touch clients, do things with clients, take care of them. And the only real way to do that is to become certified in something. So I could have done phlebotomy, EMT, but I chose CNA. It was quick and fast. It's what I needed while I'm getting hours during college. So I took the classes. It's very interesting. You learn a lot of good and bad things while you're taking the classes. You do the state exam, which is kind of nerve-wracking. It's a written portion, and then you have to perform 2 or 3 different skills in front of like a judge. And you have to do everything right. I used to practice with Jake as he was like my dummy, just like making sure I got every single step of the still down, because if you don't get one still right, then you've got to retake the whole exam. But once you become a CNA and you get your certificate, you have kind of a lot of different paths to go. Some people work in nursing homes, some work in assisted living homes. You could do a hospital as a patient care technician, which is kind of the same thing as a CNA, or you could do home care. So I work with an agency in Athens as a home care sitter. So they designate clients around Athens and they match me up with one, and I either go to their house, to the facility where they're staying at, and it's a one-on-one job for the entire time. So it's just me alone with the client, and I do all of their activities of daily living, which we call ADLs. So you help them bath, dress, eat, change, all of that good stuff. Everyone around you is kind of your boss, so you don't really have a say-so, which gets frustrating because sometimes you know your client best. I'm spending 24 hours with them alone, and you see a lot more than just the nurse that pops in every 2 hours. But whenever you say, oh, I think Johnny's experiencing these symptoms, you should look into it, well then they're like, oh, well, you don't know anything because you're a CNA. So that gets kind of frustrating. But I was not planning on doing home care. It kind of just was the best option for me while in college. I need a part-time job that kind of fit around my school schedule. So now I just tell them, look, I have classes here. When can you fit me in? I work 5 days a week right now. It is a lot with college. I'm kind of struggling to just keep above my waterline, make sure I'm breathing. But I work 5 times a week. I have 2 different clients. One's at home, so I spend time with him. He lives with his wife. The other one is in a facility, so staff is there to help out just in case. But usually they're just in there to give the medicines and leave, and I do the rest. So that's kind of my scenario. I do enjoy it. Home care is a lot slower pace than if you were to work in a hospital or assisted living, because there you're over like 20 different clients, where with home care it's just one-on-one the entire time. So some people enjoy it, some people don't enjoy it. I'm kind of a busybody, So I'm hoping to move into a hospital soon just because I want to be a PA in a hospital. I'm looking to go into pediatrics, so if anyone out there knows of any pediatric hospitals that they can get me a connection, I would absolutely love that. But that's my goal kind of, so that's why I became a CNA. A CNA has multiple different tasks they're allowed to do. We learn to take vitals, you learn to use bedpans, clean dentures, kind of all of your just like daily living tasks that you think you can do by yourself, but these clients can't, are not able to do it by themselves. We're not allowed to distribute medicine. We leave that up to the nurses. So we're really just there to help them out with whatever they need. Whenever I go in with my dementia patients, I'm like, look, I'm just here to be your friend for the day. If you need help cooking, cleaning, dressing, showering, whatever, like I'm here, let's just hang out. A lot of times they just watch TV and you're just sitting there making sure they're okay. You can kind of do your own thing, but make sure you're paying attention. The biggest deal is toileting, obviously. You do change up a lot of briefs or you clean up a lot of messes. It is true, as the stigma of CNA revolves, you do change some briefs. It's bad, but it's manageable for what I am just here to get hours for and go. To me, I'm like, okay, well, this is my grandpa. He can't get up out of bed. You're not just gonna let him sit in his feces all day. You're gonna change him. You're gonna make sure that he has adequate living and is comfortable. So that's kind of what you're there for. It's definitely a tough job. It is not for everyone whatsoever. You can tell who's there for the right reasons and who's not. Some people, they're just in it to survive, you know, pay bills, and they don't really take care of their clients as well. And then there's other people who really care, you know, this is their job, they enjoyed it, they picked it for a reason, to help people, to help the elderly, and you're up there doing their exercises for them, you know, getting them moving, making sure they're in the best health they can. Also, with being in healthcare, a lot of people wonder what the pay is like as being a CNA. Keep in mind that it was a cheaper option than some, but we definitely do not get paid for as much as we should. In my opinion, I might be a little biased, but we do way more than nurses do. I know nurses aren't really supposed to care for the client so deeply, but we're there to help them with everything. I mean, I could be busy for 5 hours straight just helping someone, and we definitely don't get paid or get recognized for that. It's definitely the lowest paying job there is for as much as we have to do in healthcare. We can't just, you know, go in a room, give them medicine and leave. We've got to make conversation, we've got to entertain them, take care of them. It's almost like babysitting the elderly, which sounds kind of fun, but you've got to remember that they are elderly. They're not able to do a lot more things than these little kids that just run around and entertain you all day are. So the pay's not great, but then again, I'm not in it for the pay. I'm in it more for the hours for PA school, and it's, in my opinion, the most hands-on job you can get right now. Since I do need 2,000 or more hours, that's why a lot of people take gap years in between college and PA school, just because they don't have time to get all of these direct patient care hours. So I'm trying to squeeze it all in while I'm in college. It's doing okay, my grades are still good, I'm still getting hours, we're all good. But it's definitely hard work, you know, you think it's gonna be easy just taking care of someone, but it drains you. I come home and maybe I haven't done as much as other people have at their jobs, but I am just drained, completely worn out, ready to go to sleep. So it's definitely, you've got to get used to being on the bottom totem pole. A lot of people also become CNAs to go to nursing school. It's great while you're there. If you work in a nursing home or hospital, you get to know a lot of the nurses. You're the ones at a hospital, CNAs kind of like refill the water and like go get the meals, deliver meals, and help them to the restroom, where the nurses are kind of there for like pain and medicine type of deal. So you work right alongside with the nurses. It's great exposure to what you could be interested in. So lots of pre-nursing students do it, PA students do it, and then some people just do it to do it. You know, if you love helping the elderly and meeting new people all the time, hearing their stories, it is a great profession. You've just got to realize that people are above you and you can't really move up in the totem pole. It's kind of the next step is an RN, which you have to go to nursing school for. So it's kind of, you're stuck there unless you want to go back to school and do more. But it's a great job. I love it most days. Some days are very challenging. You know, it's hard to work with the elderly because you're not elderly. You don't know like why they're thinking the way they are, like what's wrong with them, how you can help them out. So some days are challenging, but it's well worth it. I've gotten lots of experience. I feel like I'm very prepared for PA school, and it gives me the hours I need for my hands-on exposure. So with all of that being said, that's kind of like a little summary of being a CNA. Lots of people misunderstand it for, you know, you're just cleaning up bottoms all day long, which you do. But it's way more than that. You know, you get to know the clients and just build that relationship with them and take care of them like they're your own family. So I love it. It's getting me the great experience I need for PA school. It is a lot of work. You've got to be used to being at the very bottom of the bottom and doing the most work. You're very underappreciated. And hopefully one day us CNAs will be more recognized in the world for doing all that we do. So if you're interested in more, I can give you more tips, tricks, how that's helping me, how I'm handling being a CNA in college, what my experience has been like, and so on and so forth. So make sure you subscribe. We post Mondays and Fridays, as I said at the beginning, and like this video, comment of any other videos you might want to see related to my job or anything else that me and Jake could do together, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.